9:30, and it's at this time on Wednesdays we present Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And if you've ever submitted a question before, maybe today we're going to get right down to getting some answers for you. If not, but you've always been curious about something in the law, you can easily submit a question through our website. Tell you all about that coming up. But first, I need your help in making welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Thank you for asking.
And I trust everybody at home and in the office, everybody's faring well?
Everybody's doing well.
That's great. Good news all around. Let's just cross our fingers. Everybody stays healthy now through the holiday season, and we may finally be getting somewhere, you know?
That is true.
All right, I've got a question sitting in front of me, and I'm so glad to be able to present this to you. Not that I'm glad somebody went through this horror, but I know that you're the compassionate kind that will respond to this in the proper way. Are you ready?
I am ready, Todd.
All right. And I'm sure this is something that you have dealt with in the past, but here's what our email says today. My next door neighbor's daughter had booked an Airbnb room in the Panhandle, which was highly recommended on the website. The second night she was there, she was raped by the owners of the Airbnb. The police arrested the son, and it turns out that he was a sexual predator, had previously been convicted of a similar crime. My neighbor's daughter is very traumatized and will need a lot of therapy. The owner of the home doesn't have insurance, and my neighbor was wondering if your lawyer friend could help. Like I said, this is a very awful situation, especially for this young lady. She's going to need a lot of help down the road. What can you suggest, Bruce?
Well, unfortunately, these sexual attacks or incidents are becoming more and more frequent, and we're getting more and more calls regarding all different kind of sexual assaults.
That's too bad.
But in this case, she happens to be fortunate because she rented through Airbnb. Airbnb provides $1 million of insurance coverage to the renters, so she would be able to make a recovery if the facts, justify that, and it certainly looks like the facts justify that in this situation. She's entitled to recover for pain and suffering, inconvenience, and God knows the psychological damages that are caused by an event like this. So this poor woman's going to really have a long time of suffering, and fortunately there's a place to make a recovery from.
Sure. And I would imagine one of the arguments would be she's going to need ongoing therapy down the road. How do you determine the length of time that some pay if they indeed have to pay for that?
Well, the way you would determine that is she would consult with or treat with a psychiatrist or some type of mental health doctor, and the doctor would come up with a plan of what she needed as far as treatment in the future, and that would be included in her damages.
I see. Come up with an overall plan. And it's excellent to know that there is that kind of insurance available from Airbnb. It sounds like if she had simply responded to an ad on Craigslist and rented a room somewhere, she might not have had that kind of availability to the funds to some kind of recovery.
Absolutely. It's fortunate that she went through Airbnb.
Yeah. On the other hand, is there a responsibility somewhere along the line to vet the owners of these property? I mean, here we have a known sexual predator convicted of this crime in the past.
Yeah, I think that Airbnb would also be responsible for, renting units to someone with that kind of past history.
Right. That's something that should have been found out, discovered before taking them on as a client, in other words.
Exactly.
All right, Bruce. Well, that does provide some hope anyway. It's going to be a long road. We can all admit that, but Luckily, it sounds like there is a recovery possible. She just needs a compassionate professional on her side. Well, like you. I knew we brought this to the right person.
Well, I appreciate your saying that. And, as I said, we're getting all kind of calls today because, from the medical profession to teachers to coaches, it's a shame, but it's a big problem today.
Very prevalent, shouldn't be, but if you end up in a situation like that, get a compassionate professional on your side. Bruce, thank you again for weighing in this week. We always appreciate your time. Know you're a busy guy.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday.
As am I. Take care now and say hi to the family.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner and the answer of the week. Now, if you'd like to submit a question, and hopefully you don't go through anything with that kind of brutality, but whatever it is, you can send it in anonymously. You don't have to include a lot of the facts or names or anything like that through our website. And all you have to do is enter the keyword Bruce to get to the right place. Now, if you need more immediate help or private help because of the circumstances, just call the Port Charlotte office directly, 941-743-7777, 941-743-7777 for Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates. And tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country